What if there was a secret German verb form nobody ever taught you? A shortcut that lets you avoid tricky verb changes like ich esse, but du isst. Well, there is at least something close to that, and today I am letting you in on the secret. In English, you constantly use forms like I am eating, she is sleeping, we were watching. German technically does not have this structure. It uses context or words like gerade to make clear something is happening at that moment. For example, ich esse gerade. I am eating right now. But in spoken German, many people use a structure that works very similar to the English continuous form. And that is ich bin am Essen. So literally, I am at the eating. So how does it work and why is it easier to use? Well, first of all, the structure itself is super easy. You use sein plus am plus a nominalized infinitive. So for example, ich bin, so the conjugated verb of sein, am Arbeiten. I am working. Ich bin am Arbeiten. Or as another example, you could also say, sie ist am Telefonieren. She's on the phone. Sie ist am Telefonieren. Or one last example, wir waren am Diskutieren. Wir waren am Diskutieren. So this time it's in the past tense. Sein was conjugated for the past tense. Waren. We were discussing. Wir waren am Diskutieren. Now, the beauty is that you only need to conjugate the verb sein, whether it's in the present tense or the past tense. And you probably already know that one very well, just because it's such an important verb. No strong irregular verb changes anymore, like for essen. No surprises with the endings. All you need is sein plus am and the verb but in the infinitive and with a capital letter, because it's nominalized, it's used as a noun. Super einfach, oder? And it gets even better because this also works for the past tense. We saw it in the example earlier. All you need to do is put sein in the imperfect. To give you another example, we could also say, wir waren den ganzen Abend am Reden. So we were talking, we're continuously doing that the whole evening. Wir waren den ganzen Abend am Reden. Or one last example for the past tense, sie waren sehr lange am Aufräumen. At the moment, this form is only recommended for spoken German and not for written or formal language. However, it definitely has become a lot more popular and widely used over the last year, and who really knows in which way languages develop. Maybe in a few years' time, Duden will officially recognize the am form even in written and formal language. But before we finish, I want to show you a very similar form that you might have come across before and that is actually already fully recognized in the German language. Ich bin beim Essen. So again, literally, I am at the eating or I am eating, but it uses beim instead of am. So what's the difference here? To be fair, there isn't very much of a difference. I would use am plus the nominalized verb to focus on the activity itself, so on the eating. Or if you use another verb as an example, I could also say, ich bin am Lernen. So I am studying right now. However, if I use beim, then it feels slightly more connected to the event or to the situation, or sometimes even to the place itself. So if I use arbeiten, I could say, ich bin beim Arbeiten. That means more like I'm at work, referring to the place more than me doing some work right at that moment. Again, the biggest difference right now is probably that while both versions are constantly used in spoken German, the version with beim is the only one that's officially recognized and you can use for written and for formal German. Also, don't forget, this shortcut I'm showing you today does not mean that you don't have to learn and master the German verb conjugation rules anymore. It is really just a shortcut that works if you're doing something right now or if you were doing something for some time in the past. Okay, still need to learn your German verbs. Let's finish with 2 more everyday examples where am is used quite a lot. Ich war das ganze Wochenende am Kochen. I was cooking the whole weekend. Or, bist du noch am Reisen? Are you still traveling? Also, I hope this wee sneaky German hack was helpful to you. If you want more in-depth explanations or help with German, then check out one of these videos here. Also, please post your examples in the comments and don't forget to hit all the usual buttons. Also, mach's gut und eine schöne Woche noch.